Today I want to talk about what it's like to be a programmer during a recession. With all of the recent stock market movement in the red, it just might be something that you need to prepare for. Stay tuned. Hi guys, this is Nick from Mobile Code Media. Now this video is a response to Chris Hawk's video on programming in a recession. I think he made a lot of good points in his video, but I wanted to give you my take on the subject. First off, bear markets are part of a normal market cycle, and when they happen, it's because something is overvalued and it needs to drop back to where it belongs. It's normal for this to happen, just like it's normal for you to go to sleep. REM sleep is when you heal, and bear markets are when things readjust back to reality. Secondly, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a computer programmer that is just giving you my own opinion on what I think will happen and how it will affect you as a programmer, especially since I was in the field during the 2008 recession. Nothing was fixed from the 2008 recession. We simply borrowed more money to prevent pain. As you can see from the US debt clock here, we're sitting over 23 trillion in debt, which has more than doubled since the 2008 recession. That doesn't even take into account the unfunded liabilities like Social Security and pensions. All that money those people put in, that already got spent. People working now are paying for the older generation that already spent their money. Here's some of the other figures that are here. You can look at these if you want. We don't know exactly how much exactly it is, but it's a ton. And remember, we didn't hit 1 trillion in debt until about 1981. So we fought all of our wars before then, including World War I, World War II, without hitting that level. We put a man on the moon and didn't hit that level. Now we're adding over 1 trillion in debt every year, exponentially, and we don't have much to show for it. Let's define what a recession is. A recession is a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. The problem with that definition is that it means a recession is a trailing indicator. You won't know that you're in one until 2 quarters have passed. Meanwhile, the news can be telling you everything's okay, go spend, spend, spend. And 70% of the US economy is consumer driven. So if people aren't spending, then it will affect it greatly. People are maxed out on debt. People don't really buy things, they buy payments. They'll tolerate paying monthly payments into perpetuity so long as they can get the stuff that makes them look cool. But the problem is that people are maxed out on what they can afford monthly. And also, wages haven't gone up for most people, haven't kept up with a lot of things. Healthcare has gotten really expensive. College has gotten really expensive. So it's not just people buying cool things. A lot of people do spend too much on things that don't matter, but a lot of people are really just strapped because they really haven't gotten a raise, essentially. And so they don't have much in savings. That's just the way it is. After the dot-com crash, interest rates were dropped to 0% to spur the economy. The problem with doing that is that it creates asset bubbles, but it prevents pain in the now. That's how we get crazy expensive sneaker collections, $3,000 comic books, and a crazy housing/stock market. Nobody's making money in a bank account, so they go bid up assets to try to get a return that way. Or they get into high yield, otherwise known as high risk investments, in an attempt to get a return on their money. So super low interest rates are like taking antibiotics. You can't do it forever or you'll really be sorry. At best, it's something you may be able to do in the short term. Now, during the dot-com crash, I wasn't a professional programmer. I worked on the web a little back then, but I would hardly call myself a programmer, and I hadn't even started college yet. I remember former programmers, though, working at the front counter at AMC theaters after it got going. Everything had gotten overblown cash-wise, and the market needed to correct itself. Only programmers that could keep themselves relevant in the marketplace were spared at all. So it's really important you make sure you have your skills up. That's probably number one here. Now, I graduated college with a bachelor's in computer science right before the 2008 recession got started, and I had just gotten into the field. I remember a lot of companies laying people off, and that's how we ended up getting the 99 weeks of unemployment approved. I'm not sure if you remember that. You essentially got almost 2 years of unemployment. That's how long it was taking people to find jobs back then. Best case, companies went on a hiring freeze. Some places were making their employees take haircuts, or were letting them choose between maybe 1 out of 10 of them getting laid off, or everybody taking a 10% haircut, / pay cut. That was the choice I heard happen a lot. In fact, I remember seeing a job pop up in Yuma, Arizona. It was paying like $40,000 to $45,000 to $50,000 a year. I applied to it and got an email back from them stating that they had been flooded with applications and were going to close the job. So a recession is coming eventually. Is it now? Who knows? It could be. We've been in a bubble for way too long, and the longer we wait, the more painful it will be for that bubble to deflate. So get prepared now by upping your skill set, making sure that you have multiple streams of income, like a side hustle that's making money, and keep your contacts up to date. It's super important to make and keep good professional contacts, because your network might be able to help when times get tough. So I want to remind you, we're all programmers or programmers in training, and it's easy to just sit at your desk all day and never get up. So I want to just remind you it's important to get up, walk around, go outside, smell the fresh air, and life is short, so make sure that you're enjoying it. This is Nick from Mobile Code Media, and I'd appreciate if you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up, and hopefully I've also earned your subscription. So thanks guys, have a good day, see ya. As a web developer, it's really important to have a live site where you can showcase your work and offer your services for sale. I know that a lot of people recommend AWS or DigitalOcean, but there's nothing quicker to set up or easier to manage than a shared hosting account while still leaving you with full control over your site's files. Shared hosting is only a few bucks a month, and you don't have to worry about managing the server or if security software is up to date, because they manage all of that. You also get access to cPanel included, which is a web control panel that makes it super easy to manage your site. If you have any issues, customer support is there 24/7 to help, so give them a try. Now, I'm an affiliate for Bluehost, so I get paid for recommending their services, but I wouldn't recommend them if I didn't feel like their services were worth it. If you sign up under my affiliate link via mobilecodemedia.com/hosting, then I get paid a commission and it helps keep my channel going. The link is in the description.